Everybody staring for days. All they see is just a young, pretty face. But I'm trying to get to know you much better. Don't matter how much time it will take, but there's something you're trying to hide. There's something you're keeping inside. But I'm trying to get to know you much better. Don't matter how much time it will take.
Hello. Welcome to I Am That Girl podcast, where we inspire and empower you to be the best in your life. My name is Marquetta DeVille, and I am your host. And I am joined today by none other than Miss Jackie Morrison, aka the Wealth Igniter. Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Hello, everybody. I am wonderful. How are you?
I am amazing. Thank you for taking time out of your day to be on the I'm That Girl podcast. We are so excited to hear what you have. So I'm going to give the audience a quick bio on Miss Jackie. She is phenomenal. So Jackie is a wife, a mother. I like to pause on wife because that's our best title, right?
That's the first title. That's the best title. Come on.
Yes. So Jackie is a wife, a mother, pastor, author, and wealth strategist. She's the founder of the executive director of Reignited Women International. Come on, International. She has over 23 years of experience in finance and building as a six-figure executive. And she is here to share her journey and expertise with us today. Yay!
Here.
Thank you so much. So, so many titles. Oh gosh, how do your shoulders feel right now?
Listen, they feel light, honey.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
So our mic is covering up. It says Jackie Morrison, God's
business lady.
Yes, I love it. So Jackie, we are gonna jump into these questions because I know the audience is like, okay, some of us know Miss Morrison and some of us don't. So I want to make sure when you leave here today, everybody knows who Miss Jackie. I was gonna say Dr. Morrison. God might be trying
to come on through. I love it. Remind me to tell you something after this, okay?
Okay. We might have to drop it on the show. You know, our listeners like a little tea.
They like a little bit of tea, huh? I need my tea right here.
Right. So tell us a little bit about your background and how you became a wealth strategist.
Okay, awesome. Well, so I born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. Woo woo, native. Okay. Yes. And so I of course, graduated high school here. I attended University of Phoenix, totally amazing, and got my bachelor's and my master's. So I have an MBA, Master's of Business Administration. And I worked for the Clark County School District here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Been there since 1999. And by chance, I happened to end up in accounting and budget. It wasn't my choosing, but it was God's choosing, apparently, right?
Right.
So I ended up there and, just started to learn about accounting and finance and things like that. And so what really took me more into, wealth and, just understanding it was when I joined the multi-level marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And I joined multi-level marketing probably around 2015 or 16. And it opened up a whole entire new world for me. Because I was the one, how our parents have probably all told us, go to school, get good grades, graduate, go to college, get a good job, right? And you stay in that job 30, 40 years, you retire, and that's it. And not knowing that there was a whole nother world out there for me, right? And so that's really what got me more interested in in wealth and in finance. And then once I start to understand it, being able to help others understand it as well. So,
okay, awesome.
A bit about me.
Awesome. So not only are you the wealth strategist, but you take a lot of your time to also empower women throughout the community. Well, I guess internationally now.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm international with it.
Yes.
But you take time to really drive this knowledge and encouragement to other women across the country. So can you tell us a little bit about the Reignited International and what it is?
Absolutely. So basically it's a nonprofit organization. And we are here, we're based out of North Las Vegas, which is my passion. Is North Las Vegas, born and raised North Las Vegas. And so we help women mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, relationally, emotionally, right? So the holistic of a woman. And so our mission is literally to empower and to encourage, because if we can empower women, we can develop a nation, right? And so we do that via networking, via teaching and mentoring, just helping women become their best self through learning and collecting, and then inspiring. Because everybody needs a mentor. Every single person on earth needs a mentor, right? And so we want to reignite women. We want to restore women, rejuvenate women, because women, we kind of go like this, right? There's like these ups and downs, hills and valleys, and I'll go into that a little bit later in some of the other questions. But literally our vision is to assist women and help them get over stagnation, and that way they can walk in their purpose with authority. Walk in their purpose with authority. So that's
authority.
Come on, don't get me started, because I get to preaching on here.
And that's okay. We can do that.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure there is someone listening that need a word right now. So we're not afraid to flip the script when God say do so, okay?
Real quick, okay? Real quick. Be prophesied and speaking in tongues.
Right, yes. So what's a fun fact about the Wealth Igniter?
Gosh, what is I don't know. And I was thinking about that question when I read it. I said, oh Lord. And I meant to ask my husband, but he was asleep. I was going to ask him fact about me, because he probably like, nothing, you so boring. A fun fact, I don't know. Let's see. I have 6 children and 6 grandchildren.
Oh, we love our babies. Like, that's my fun fact. I got babies.
babies. Yes. And I have 4. Okay, another fun fact. I have 4 grandchildren in 1 year. In a 12-month span, I have 4 grandchildren during the pandemic.
Oh, wow. Yes. So, Lord, please, no more pandemic.
Yes, no more pandemics, because I was like, y'all should have been opening up businesses. Not okay. Let me hush.
Right. But it's amazing. Like, oh God, grandchildren are just so. It's another level of love when you get to that level, right? So, and tell Brian that Greg is taking the grandbabies to Paw Patrol. So Friday night is Paw Patrol with Paw. So with Pop, Grandpa, Paw, whoever, y'all gonna take the babies to Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol. I'm gonna have to look it up now and get their tickets. Like, y'all go.
Yes. He was like, huh? I said, oh, I know you've never taken the kids anywhere by yourself, but I had this fun idea of Paw Patrol with Paw Paw, and he was like, "Oh God."
Here we go. Look, here we go. I love it. I love it. I'm sure.
Yes, yes. But we'll talk about babies all day. So we're gonna get back to the questions. So, as you know, we're myself with my company, my passion outside of real estate. Like, I love real estate. I love what I do. I educating families and teaching families how to create generational wealth. And I found myself in a circle of people with the same passion as I have. And that's amazing because we are able to inspire one another, right? Actually, let me pivot, because one thing that I wanted to tell the audience that I absolutely love about Jackie is that Jackie is your for real deal sister friend. Okay. You will hear Jackie's voice in the back of your mind.
Listen,
we all need a friend like Jackie, okay?
Come on. Now you know.
You're right. You do not need that dress. And that's one of the fun facts about gaining wealth is if you can't be accountable, you have to have that accountability partner. Right. So myself, Jackie, and two of our other friends, we named ourselves the Wealth Sisters.
Yes.
And I was in Lake Tahoe.
My girls.
And one of the girls was like, "Oh, take my IG information." I was like, "Okay." And you guys actually text me during the time that I was getting her, and she goes, "Who are the Wealth Sisters? I want to be a part of that." I'm like, "Girl, they're my accountability friends right there."
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Like, "But can I be a part of the group?" I'm like, "Ooh, how you say no new friends?"
Right, no new friends. Like, girl, we might take applications a little bit later.
Right, a little bit later, but right now we working on us. So. Right. And that's the thing I love about Jackie, of the ladies in this group. Like, we're so transparent with one another and we're accountable. Yeah. And in this group, Jackie's the person that is like, "Hey, this is what we need to do financially. Do you guys need a workbook?" So tell us about some of the products that you offer as the Wealth Igniter. God's business lady. How do you help the community get to that next level?
Absolutely, absolutely. So there are several things that I offer. One of my favorites is wealth budgeting class that I offer. And you even took the class, and I mean, yes. And now let me tell y'all this. Just because a person has wealth doesn't mean they don't need continuing education. Doesn't mean they don't need accountability. None of that, right? Just because a lot of times I think we think as a people that because you have wealth, you can just go get what you want when you want, all of this stuff. And no, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. And so what I've noticed literally is one of the statistics says that 56% of Americans can't even cover $1,000 emergency, right? And literally the median black savings account is at like $1,510. To our clear brothers and sisters, it's at $8,200. Right? That's over 5 times what we have in our savings accounts, right? And so it's so important for us. And I don't really like to use the word budget because that makes people run and cringe and everything else, right? But I call it a spending plan, to have a spending plan, because you need to know what's going in and what's coming out, and not just know it in your head. It needs to be written down where you look at it on a daily basis, right? Just like you should be opening up the Word of God on a daily basis, and just like you take a bath on a daily basis, right? It should be done on a daily basis. And I think a lot of times we put our finances on the back burner and make that the last thing instead of making it a priority. So going back to the products, the budgeting class is like one of my favorite products. I love teaching that course to help women. And then there's even an accountability group that we have that you can join after the fact to hold you accountable for what you said you're going to do, right? I also have other classes as far as with the nonprofit Reignited Women International, where we teach free Microsoft Excel classes. So you can learn Microsoft Excel, you can learn Microsoft Word, you can learn Microsoft PowerPoint. We have career development classes where we can teach you how to advance in your career. Being in the corporate world per se, with me, I literally have gone from the very bottom to the top, from making $10 an hour to making over six figures in the corporate world. So we teach you those skills, how to interview, what you should be saying, how you should be looking, dressing for success, right? And so those are just some of the things that we teach, and some of the courses that we have in order to empower women so they can be their best selves. And so much more. We have a Chic Wealth Society that we drop investments in so that you can learn how to invest. Just baby steps, baby small investments. I don't care if it's $3 a week. I don't care if it's $5 a week, right? It's not really about the amount. It's about getting disciplined and doing it. And getting started. And so that's the main thing. And so those are just a few of the products and courses that we offer.
Awesome. So I'm still investing in my Acorn account. You would be proud of me. I got Greg investing in his also.
I love it. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So again, going back to what initiated this whole conversation, we were talking about families creating generational wealth. So you kind of touched on the fact of how you help families create generational wealth. Is there anything that you would like to add to that topic as far as how you help families create generational wealth?
Absolutely. And it's so important to create generational wealth, and to be able to leave that. The Bible says,
talk about it.
Right? The Bible says, literally, no. Proverbs 13:22 says that a good man.
Sorry to cut you off. That's my foundational scripture.
Listen, it should be all of our foundational scriptures, okay? A good man, right, leaves an inheritance not only his children, but his children's children, right? And so it should go down in generations to generation to generation. To be real with it, a lot of times wealthy people, they only leave enough for 3 generations, right? But it should be more than that. But anyhow, so generational wealth is so important, and it can be built in so many ways. I know Dr. Marquetta, get you back. They build generational wealth through home ownership. Absolutely, because any billionaire, any millionaire that you see out there, if you look at their entire portfolio, you're going to see some type of home ownership, or some type of real estate, I should say, real estate in that portfolio. And it's so important, right? You can do it via insurance policies. You can get generational wealth in your business, right? If I have a business, now I can leave that business, and hopefully, you're profiting from the business, right? Because we want to leave generational wealth, generational debt, right? To our children, right? And so that's generational wealth. And even with generational wealth strategies, teaching your kids how to invest, right? Teaching your kids how to save, teaching your kids how to invest, teaching them compounding interest, teaching them how to make money in their sleep. All of these are wealth strategies, and all of these literally are ways that you can leave that generational wealth to your children and your children's children.
Awesome. I apologize for zooming you in and out.
That's okay. That's okay.
What did I just do?
Yeah.
So I know in everything that we do, we are working on the community, but one thing we can tell about you with the names of your nonprofit, that you are passionate about the lives of women. And if you had an opportunity to talk to the younger you, what would you tell yourself?
Ooh, child. Let me tell you something. Lit girl. This I'm talking about. Lit girl. No,
you gotta tap it.
Listen, look here. One of the things I would say is you do not have to keep up with the Joneses.
Oh gosh, say that again.
The Joneses don't even know who you are.
They don't.
They don't even care who you are, right? And so I would say that would be number one, because I think a lot of times, we see this person or that person, and so we start trying to keep up with them and, get what they get, have what they have, but we don't know the struggle that it took them to get there, or what it took them to get there. And then we go getting it or doing it, and then we find ourselves in debt. We find ourselves, owing money, mismanaging money, and all of these things. And we're looking good on the outside, but the inside we're toe up and our bank accounts are toe up, right? And so that would be one of the main things that I would tell myself in regards to wealth. Like, hold on to some money. You ain't got to, every time you get a check, every time you get something, you don't got to go spend it, because I felt
not
like
all of it.
Not all of it. Right? See, now, well, we have to talk about that, okay?
Okay.
But seriously, like, I remember just a real quick story. Like, I remember being in college, and we would get student loans, and we have student loans and financial aid. And so at the end of the financial aid, they would send you what's called the excess funds check. And they would give you two options. There was two options. The option was either A, you can keep the check. B, you can send the money back. And I always kept the check, but I kept it for reasons that I should not have, to go and buy a Coach purse, to go and buy the latest outfit, to go and get the latest weave or my hair done, right? All of these things. And if I was really, really smart, I would have kept it and invested it and doubled it, so I could have paid the money back, right? Or just sent the money back, period, so I wouldn't owe it. But so those are some things that I would have told myself, like, really, girl, you got to get it together, and you can't just spend because you're trying to keep up with your friends.
Talk about it. And that is so funny we talk about that. I remember being at Denise's conference in September, and one of the things we talked about is sometimes or one of the things you talked about, I should say, that generational wealth is often blocked by our generational curses. Yes. And some of our generational curses we have to break in order to get to the wealth. And again, that's one of the things that came from you that totally resonated with my life. That month, I was so embarrassed that I didn't even want to show you guys what my bathroom looked like as I was trying to organize my closet. And so the thing is, and not to knock our parents or anything, because I'm the first to say, as a kid, I grew up, I didn't have a lot of struggle, sort of say, growing up. My mom worked, my dad worked, both parents lived in the household.
Right.
So I grew up knowing I can basically have what I want. And so literally to the point that even when I had my daughter, my dad still was like, "Oh, you moved out, but I'm gonna bring you some lunch money." Like it was like that growing up for me. Yeah. And so growing up, that actually became a generational curse in my life, because anything I wanted, even as an adult, I got it. Right. And not only did I get it, I kept getting it to the point I had more than what I needed. And so I remember you were talking about how you would go shopping. And so you believe that going shopping was the thing you had to do. But really, you could go shopping, but you need to make sure you have investments. You need to make sure you have life insurance. Yes. You need to make sure you have a home. Yes.
Own a home.
Yes. A home, have some land, have some stuff that really means something before you go out and you're just, recklessly spending. Absolutely. And so gosh, that hit home. So that day I made a choice that I wasn't buying any more clothes. Like, I'm
Mhm.
gonna rotate these clothes out. I'm gonna
Yes.
rotate my shoes out. I'm gonna
Yes.
get rid of some stuff that I'm just holding on to. And that was like life altering for me. And I said I was gonna do it towards until the end of the year. And I actually am still on it. And
Wow.
so even when we talked about going, you were like, okay, we get one shopping.
Right. Yeah,
I
seriously.
didn't take that shopping. I decided to just hold on to that money until it's something that I really, really wanted, or something that
Absolutely.
I really, really needed. And
Absolutely.
so again,
Yes.
anybody listening in, get you a accountability group of friends. And that's how you know you got a real friend, because your real friend gonna let you know, look, girl, first
Listen.
of all, you don't need that purse. You know,
Mm-mm.
and sometimes we do.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do, because you've just worked, you did
Yeah.
everything you're supposed to do.
Right.
So
And that's
what's next?
we
It's okay to go
yeah.
ahead. It's okay to treat yourself sometimes within good means.
Absolutely. And we're not saying deprive yourself, right? We're not saying deprive
Right.
yourself, but there's habits that we've built. And I'm just going to be honest, especially as Black women, and we shopping, a lot of us shop. Now, I ain't going to say all, because I know some that don't, but the shopping and the buying, you know what I'm saying? It was in my family, it was a generational curse. It was
Hmm.
generational because literally remember being 16 years old, and my grandmother, who was in her 80s, she was no longer going to church anymore. She was in a wheelchair. Okay.
Hmm.
And literally, I would go pick up her outfit, her shoes, her hat, and her purse every Saturday from JC Penney's.
Oh,
Every Saturday.
like,
Now,
grandma, where you going?
where you going? You in a wheelchair? You don't go to church no more. We don't even wear this stuff. But for her, I guess there was a void that she was filling with doing that, right? And
Hmm.
so that's why it's important for us to get therapy to address stuff like that, right? Because why do I feel the need? And see, it's a lot of psychology, budgeting and spending and wealth and patterns and making money. It starts with mental and psychology. Because why do I feel the need to where, if there is 5 pair of different color shoes and they're on sale, that I need to buy all 5 pair?
Hmm.
What makes me feel so there's something that goes deeper than just me buying it, right? Why do I feel like I need to buy every single last one? Like I'm
Right.
being, and sometimes that's scarcity mentality, because maybe when you were younger, you did not have those things. And so now as you're older, you feel like you need to go out and buy all of the stuff because it's going to be gone or you may never get it again. And so there's a scarcity mentality that you have developed from a child, right? And
Hmm.
so it's important for us to, and that's what we really kind of do in the budgeting course, is to identify these patterns. Why are you doing what you're doing? Because there's a reason behind it. Is it generational? Do you need to break those generational curse and break that stuff off of your bloodline so that you won't put that stuff into your children and they go out and do the same thing, right? And
Right.
so you're so right. And I know we went off subject, but yeah.
Oh, it's okay. That's the beauty of podcasting. You can go off, you can go over.
I think it's really important. I really feel
It is. And I'm glad you touched on therapy, because sometimes we need, you need to hear that, because nobody ever talked about the therapy to, get your finances correct. We talk about the therapy for the bad marriage, the suicide, depression, traumas. We talk,
mm-hmm.
but bad budgeting is a trauma.
It
It
is.
is a trauma, and we need help. And
Yep.
I'm not even gonna leave myself out. I
Mhm. We
I
all do. Listen, we all, and it's like this. It ain't like
Mhm.
this sometimes. It's literally like this. Literally.
Right, right. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to make sure I'm timely with you. I don't want to take up too much of your evening, because I know you've been working all day. So, just a couple of more questions. So, as you can see across the screen, what are some of the myths about wealth strategies?
Some of the myths. Let me think. You didn't give me that question at first.
Oh,
That's okay. Let me think.
but it's something you probably always talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the myths is that you need a lot of money to get started with building wealth, and you don't. You don't, like, people think, oh, if I want to buy stocks, or if I want to, buy crypto or whatever it is, I need a lot of money to do it. And that's not true. I mean, you can buy a piece of a stock for $1. You can buy a piece of a stock for $2, right? Or $5. Listen, $5. Listen, and I had so many challenges last year. In our Chic Wealth Society, we did so many money investing challenges where we would challenge ourselves every week to take $20, skip Starbucks for 2 days, take that 20, or for me, one day Starbucks, $20, okay, and take the 20 and purchase a piece of a stock or purchase some crypto, right? And so that's one of the biggest myths, is like, getting started and thinking that you need a whole lot of money to get started. So that's one of them. Yeah.
So, and I know a lot of times people are scared to get started.
They're scared.
So if you could just quickly speak on the security in stocks, or somehow that they can feel more, like, for me, I know I wouldn't invest in stocks outside of it being a company I was working for, or pretty much that was it. I had to be working for the company, or either you just put me in because I'm in your bank or your credit union. So those are the only stocks that I would feel comfortable with. So if you could give the people a sense of comfort in getting started.
Absolutely.
So, what would you say?
Yeah. So, it is scary. It is fearful, right? Because we don't want to lose our money. But yet we can go to Target and blow $250, right? Or we can go blow $300-$400 on some 30 inches hair, right? Right? And what if it's not good hair, right? Because I bought hair that's not good hair, and I'm like, dang, I wasted my money. This hair tangling up, falling out, shedding, and everything else. So in my mind, it's just what you want to risk it on, right? And so, yes, there's products out there that have higher risk. There's products out there that have lower risk. Is there a risk that you can lose your money? Absolutely. But you lose it every day on everything else, right? Because you don't need that hamburger. You don't need that Starbucks because you're trying to lose 20 pounds. Okay. I'm talking to myself. Okay. Think to myself.
Yeah, I'm like, hello, fly on the wall.
Right? And so we got to get out that mindset. You can lose it on everything else you want to lose it on, but when it comes to that, I ain't doing that because I might lose my money. But you lose it on everything else in life, right?
Right.
So the thing about it is, yes, it is risky. That's why you have to educate yourself. You can't just listen to everybody. You got to research and do the research for yourself. If you don't like taking big risks, like you said, do things that are more of a low risk in companies that are been there for years, or this, that, and the other, right? And then you invested that way. You know what I mean? So there's ways to do it, but you just have to get over the fear and just do it. I always tell people, do not invest what you are not willing to lose.
Right.
Don't invest what you're not willing to lose, right? And so you need to go in there with that mindset. I've made several investments and I've lost thousands of dollars. But I knew that going in that it was a possibilities, right? And so it was okay with me. But again, you got to start somewhere. You got to get over the fear and you got to get started. Otherwise, you're going to be in the same place that you are right now, 2 or 3 years from now, repeating the same podcast.
Talk about it. I guess we can't be scared. Scared money don't make money, y'all.
Okay.
Awesome. So it has been an amazing show having you on today. So I don't always get to talk to my friend on a daily basis, sometimes not even a weekly basis, but she pops in that text message like, what is y'all up to? I ain't heard. Y'all must be out spending too much money.
Hey, y'all ain't said nothing. Y'all too quiet. What y'all doing? Y'all got no business doing.
Okay. We like the kids. Oh, y'all ain't talking. Nobody ain't got nothing to say. So what's next in the world of the Wealth Igniter?
Oh, so many things. Doing a lot of volunteering right now. Especially I'm with an organization called SCORE. SCORE is an organization that helps businesses, whether you want to start a business, whether you're in business, you want to scale a business, or even if you are in business and you want to sell your business, right? And so we offer mentorships and we offer tons of business classes. So I'm really delving into that a lot because I feel like we need to, as a community, we need to start using the resources that are available to us. And I'm not just going to say the resources, I'm going to say the free resources.
Talk about free 99.
Okay, resources that literally are available to us on an everyday basis. So there's no excuse why we can't get to where we want to be in life, or take that next step to do something. And so that's one of the things that we're doing. Again, with the Reignited Women International, we're holding classes, we're offering classes, we're doing different courses in business and career development, dress for success. So doing a lot of speaking engagements right now. It's really getting out there to let women know, hey, you can do this no matter what state you're in, no matter what you've been through. Just helping them get past their past so that they can really reclaim their future. Really, like, again, walking in their future, with authority and knowing who they are. And so we're excited about that. Of course, we're building the church. We started our church in January, so we're building that up. And so just, really get into the community, because that's what it's all about. Each one of us helping each other.
Yes. Awesome. So, and congratulations on the church. I was so touched to be a part of your first service, and it was amazing. So I will have to come join you guys again on one of these Wednesdays coming up. And so, really quick, if you could tell the audience how to stay in touch with you, how to follow you, how do we keep in touch with Miss Jackie Morrison?
Yes, absolutely. So I am on Facebook, Jackie Morrison. Yes, that easy. Yeah, so I'm on Facebook, Jackie Morrison. Go ahead and look me up. I am on Instagram, Jackie_the Wealth Igniter. Jackie_the Wealth Igniter. I'm also on YouTube. I think I'm Jackie Morrison on YouTube, or God's Business Lady, one of the two. You can also go to my website, www.godsbusinesslady.com, www.godsbusinesslady.com. And then we also have our nonprofit website, which is www.reignitedwomen.org, www.reignitedwomen.org.
Awesome. Thank you again, Jackie, for coming on and imparting that wealth wisdom on the I'm That Girl podcast today. And anytime you want to come back, you already know, like, girl, I got some new information. We need to talk.
Absolutely. It's an honor and a pleasure to be on I'm That Girl. So thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So thank you guys for tuning in today to I Am That Girl podcast. I am your host, Marquetta DeVille, and I can be followed on YouTube. Make sure you guys go and like, comment, and share and subscribe to my YouTube, I Am That Girl Media on on YouTube. I'm That Girl Media on YouTube. I can be found on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at Marquetta DeVille. It was amazing, and I will look forward to seeing you guys next week as we bring on Jewel from Chicago, Illinois, the change maker. Again, next Tuesday, we will see you guys again live right here, 5:05 p.m. with none other than Miss Jewel from Chicago, Illinois, the change maker. Until we meet again, you guys have a blessed week. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
You have a blessed week, and I will talk to you soon.